What's up, guys? Texas-born trucker here. Told y'all in the last video I was going to be making a video about my review or opinion of Werner Enterprises, which is who I am currently employed with, and I'm going to do that for y'all today. But one thing y'all need to know first: my videos in the beginning right now, I'm still new, not going to have a lot of editing. If I mess up on a word, if I mispronounce a word, if I'm spelling out a word and I misspell it, I'm either going to notice it or correct myself, or I'm not going to notice it. I mispronounce a word, see, not going to cut it out. Transparency is key to be somewhat successful. But that's just one thing I thought y'all should know. This video is not going to have any cuts other than the beginning and end. That way I can make it clean and you don't see me sitting here for a couple seconds before I start talking. But yeah, just know that. Now, Werner Enterprises. I have been here for about 8 or 9 months. I started October of 2021. I've realistically had my license for Class A license going on probably close to 3 years. In the beginning, I did local dirt work and flatbed, but I mostly did flatbed. I also did a concrete ready mix concrete, Class B. You know those trucks that have the mixer drums that you see spinning going down the road? I drove one of those for like a year and a half. The first company I was with was dirt work and flatbed work, but I only did the flatbed, I only did the dirt work when they were down a driver for that day. It was only me and one other driver that did the flatbed side. They only had 2 flatbedders. Their company was mainly dirt work. And so I came in to Werner having a little bit of experience, about a year and a half. Year and a half. And so when I got out here, I wasn't completely green. Not completely. I kind of had a grasp on what I was doing and how to do it. Like backing took me no time at all. Turning, I don't know why everyone's scared of backing and turning. That's like the two, other than going straight, those are the 2 main things in trucking, driving. So I don't know. But yeah, that being said, Werner Enterprises started here 8 or 9 months ago, October 2021. Orientation was cool. I was there for a week. There were 2 guys in my orientation class. And if I remember correctly, there were supposed to be 7 or 8 of us, but it ended up only being the 3 of us. And this orientation took place in the terminal in Laredo, Texas. I thought I was going to be going to Dallas because I thought I lived closer to Dallas, but apparently not, which is kind of interesting if you look at a map, because it looks like Laredo is way further than Dallas is, but whatever. So I did orientation in Laredo, Texas. That was cool. I actually had a pretty decent time there. I see a lot of people on YouTube posting videos about Werner, showing them in a nice hotel, and they say Werner did it for them. I've been here long enough to know that they don't put you in nice hotels like a lot of people want you to think. They're probably getting some kind of monetary on the side for that video or something, because I've never been in a super nice hotel like some of the guys guys at orientation. We stayed at the Sure Stay, something like that in Laredo. Wasn't horrible, wasn't great, wasn't exactly decent either. I'd say it was like the lower end of decent. So it is what it is. It was livable. We survived. Nothing bad happened. Whatever. Day one of orientation was cool. We worked on basically just getting all our information in, doing the DOT physical, hair follicle and drug testing. We did all the onboarding paperwork, like W-2s or W-4s, not W-2s. That's what you get at the end of the year. Just like if you have an account you want your checks to go to, you want a pet policy, take care of that now, all that stuff. That's basically what that was. And if I remember, I think we watched a couple videos, but I don't remember if we did. I don't remember what they were about. Second day was watching videos. I remember that because it was all we did all day. We walked in and the guy, our orientation leader, teacher dude, whatever, his name was Mario. He was really cool, and so was the terminal manager, Eddie. He's really cool too. Mario and Eddie. If you ever go to Laredo and you have to talk to the terminal manager or the I'm not sure what Mario was now that I think about it. But if you ever go to the Laredo terminal and you need to talk to the terminal manager, or you meet a guy named Mario, Eddie's the terminal manager. Mario, like I said, I can't remember what he does, but I want to say he's driver services. I don't know. But they were both really cool. They made the experience way better than it could have been. But yeah, they were really cool. And I remember the second day. Sorry, I got off track. I remember the second day. We walked in and Mario was like, "Get comfortable, boys. It's all videos." I was like, cool. One lazy day out of all the days we were there. He just played it and he didn't really care if we watched it or not because he knows that we those two guys that had came in weren't the same situation as me. It was just I was the only one that came in with years on my license. Those two guys were fresh out of school, so they had seen all the videos. I told them I've seen all of them too, which I did. I watched them all. I watched what all of them were, and I had seen them already. So that he didn't really care if we watched them or not. Just as he just had to have them playing for business purposes or something like that. That was cool. Then day 3, we learned about the tablet. We did computer-based training. We did computer-based training, and we got our. Well, I can't pull it down right now, but we got our Werner IDs. But it's just a picture of you with your name and driver number. That's all it is, and it says Werner with a barcode. It's the card that you use to get into the terminals when they're locked. Slide it and it unlocks the door. So that's what we did on the 3rd day. The 4th day was backing training, which he literally just had us back in from the 90, the 45, and the offset. That was fine. We did that, and then after we got done with that, we just practiced all day. Well, I say all day, but we were only there for like an hour before it was like, alright, go back to the hotel, relax for the rest of the day. That was cool. 4th day, we took our driving tests to go out to make sure we were good to go out with the trainer. I guess a road test. We all passed that fine, no issues. It was kind of weird because he had me and one of the other guys from orientation riding the tractor together, and then he followed in a van with the third guy. And from the van, I remember this vividly because I thought it was really weird. From the van, he was talking to us on the phone, telling us where to turn. I don't know why he decided to do it that way, but he did, and we all passed. He was following us and watching us from out in the road. I guess that's why he did it, so he could see us from the road as if he was a normal everyday driver. But whatever, it is what it is. It's very vivid in my mind because I didn't expect it. But that's all we did that day. And then 5th day, we found our trainers, which some of us had to go to different terminals, and that sucked because going to orientation, they were able to get us rental cars. But at the time when I first went to orientation, I was surprised I got a rental car to go to orientation because they were so hard to find. And then when it came time for us to get trainers, some of us had to go to different terminals to go meet up with our trainer, and all of us, we all had to take buses to go to the terminals because they couldn't get us any more rental cars. Which, Werner, if you're listening, for all your guys that are in orientation, retain their rental cars so that y'all can, if you have to send them to another terminal, they'll have it. You won't have to mess with any of that. It's just 3 rental cars. Or I guess how might be more, but whatever. But if you can retain them, it'll make your life easier and their life easier. I hate riding buses. And with that, found myself on a bus from Laredo, Texas to Dallas, Texas, where I met my trainer. Coolest guy I've ever met in my life. We got along great. There were no issues. He wondered why they had put me in his truck and I told him it was because I came with prior experience. And the reason I started out as a placement driver, which a placement driver is like the bottom, you're on the ground, whereas advanced placement is like you have 3 months of experience, and experienced is you don't even have to go out with the trainer. The reason I was placement was because the companies that I worked for locally went out of business, and I couldn't verify my employment with them. So I had to be put as placement. And I'll never forget the second day I was on the truck with my trainer. He was like, "Why are you on my truck? This makes no sense. You don't need to be on my truck." I was like, "Because I didn't have verifiable experience, but yada yada yada." Told him all that. So it's like, oh. He's like, "Well then, let's just get through this, get you off my truck so you can go get your own truck and start making money." I was like, "Deal. Let's do it." And so we did. I was out with him for like 3 weeks, I think. If I remember correctly, placement driver was 3 weeks with the trainer. And I'll never forget when he tested me. Sorry, tablet notified me of new message. When he tested me, he didn't really test me because he had already seen what I can do, and everything that was on the test I had done already, so he just used that, and I had done it multiple times, so testing me wasn't really necessary. I thought that was cool. He was working with me. I don't have any issues out here. I don't regret not being tested. I do fine. I can back fine. I can turn fine. Those are the 2 things that I've noticed that people are scared of: backing and turning. Which those are the 2, other than going straight, those are the 2 main things of driving a tractor trailer. Whatever. When I was out with that trainer, I trained on the Anheuser-Busch account, the dry van account of the Anheuser-Busch, hauling, you guessed it, beer, your favorites, Bud Light, Budweiser, Shot Top, Rolling, or I think it's Falling Rock, all kinds of stuff. I set eyes on beer that people don't know about until it hits stores. So there's the one that I saw that Anheuser-Busch, it's called Kurin Ichiban. It's a Japanese beer, and a company from Japan came all the way from Japan to Anheuser-Busch to have them brew their beer and sell it in the U.S. And they watched over the brewing process to make sure it was done to their standards, not Anheuser-Busch. Yeah, I like this account. I also think that I get more miles than I should, but that's because I run my butt off all 24/7. If you give me a 1,500 mile load, 1,500 mile load, 1,500 miles, I'm gonna get it there in 2.5 days. 2 if I can make it happen. They know that I'm gonna do that. I do it all the time. There have been plenty of instances that me on this account have made 4,200 miles a week solo. I think my check that week was like $2,000 before taxes. I make 51 cents a mile. But yeah. That was weird. The CB radio made a weird noise. But yeah, there have been plenty of occasions where I've made over the guaranteed minimum miles. There are also times like this week that I've made under the minimum guaranteed miles. Today is Monday. I just got off home time on the 30th, and back in my truck. I left at 12:30 on the 30th, and it's the 4th of July. And I think the 30th was a Thursday. I think it was a Thursday. And it's Monday, 4 days later, which is also the end of my pay period. And I have 900 miles. I would normally have like on a good week by now, if I had started from the beginning of the pay period week, I'd probably have like 2,200 miles by now. I've been sitting majority of the time I've been out here so far. So yeah, I don't hate it, but I'm starting to not love it. It's also part of the reason, like I said in the last video, I'm going to Hunt Transportation probably in January of 2023, because they do flatbed and oversized loads, hauling like those military vehicles, Hets, and Humvees, and they also do like those scissor lifts and stuff for like rental construction equipment rental places, like United Rental and stuff like that. They have accounts there, and like I think last time I checked, only 10% of their loads are tarp loads. They're trying to get away from tarp loads completely, and I'm cool with that because I hate tarping. Freaking hate tarping. Hate tarping. When I was at the other company, I did it. I hated it, but I did it because it made money. Hunt Transportation is a sister company of Creek Carrier and Schaefer Trucking. So it's Creek Carrier, Schaefer Trucking, and Hunt Transportation. They're all owned by the same person. You start at like 64 cents a mile. You need 1 year experience of OTR. Yeah. But yeah, so in a overall of Werner, I don't hate it. I don't necessarily love it, but it's a good company. If you want to get your foot in the door, you want to get out here, you want to drive truck, take these loads with an actually decent pay. I'll actually give them that. They have decent pay for being a starter company or a mega carrier. Actually a lot better than some of the other ones out there. I think Swift is like number one for rookie companies. Not overall, but rookie. Swift is number one. I think we're 2 or 3 with pay. But if you want to get your foot in the door, they have good trainers. Well, they have good trainers, but they also have bad trainers. But if you're just trying to get your foot in the door, highly suggest Werner. Good company. They actually do take pretty good care of their drivers. I haven't had too bad of an experience. Good enough of an experience with me that I would recommend it. They take care of their trucks. They don't like it when you don't take care of their trucks. They're going to let you know that they're not happy with you if you don't take care of their trucks. They give good miles, but just like everything, there's high and low. So like I'm having this bad week. Hopefully next week is way better. But it's up and down. It's mostly up, but you have those days. But yeah, I mean, good starter company. If you're trying to get your foot in the door, come to Werner. Get your 1 year, and at your 1 year, if you still are happy here, stay. If you're not, go to another company. They have it set up to where they know they're a starter company, so they have it set up where if you want to go try to get on with another company, you just tell them you need a 2-week leave of absence, and you're gonna have to turn your truck. Like when you hit your 1 year, you're gonna have to turn your truck in, take all your stuff out of your truck, and then go on your 2-week leave of absence, meaning go to the orientation for the other company. That way, if it doesn't work out at the other company, you can come back to Werner and still have a job. They know they're a rookie company. They know their drivers are just here. Some of their drivers are just here to get experience and dip out. But they want to give you the opportunity to do that. But in case it doesn't work out, you still have a job. 2-week leave of absence, you can come back. That's another good thing about this company. A lot of companies don't offer that. They'll be like, you want to leave? Leave. But you're going to have to redo the hiring process. So, overall, if I had to give this company a rating 1 out of 10, I'd give it an 8. 8.5. That's fair. 8.5. Good pay. Some good dispatchers. They have their good and bad days with miles. Decent pay. And they want you to take care of your truck. Yeah. Sorry this video is so long, but I wanted to make sure I could give you as much information as I could, and also I went on a lot of tangents, and I know that. Sorry. But this is only my second video, so I'm still learning and trying to figure out how to do this correctly. So I appreciate it, and I will see y'all later. See ya.